Now we are in Zehlendorf West in Berlin. It's a beautiful neighborhood in Berlin. It would be a wonderful place to have a little condo and retire there and spend the summers there. Now we are on the way to a nice little place in the vicinity of Berlin, where we have a little snack before we have our dinner. Schloss Wiededorf. It's a very nice historical place, and it's at the gates of Berlin, not very far from the city, and it seems to be in the countryside. It is still unbelievable how much land and unbuilt land it is here in overpopulated Germany. Germany has a population of about 83 million people, and in the northeast there you can still drive for hours without even seeing any buildings in the area. Little seafood restaurant in Brandenburg, and that's one of those few places where you can look at the fish and decide which one you want before they are being prepared. And the surrounding of this little lake is just absolutely wonderful. Now we are arriving at the Scharmützelsee. Scharmützelsee is about 70 kilometers from Berlin. It is a spa resort area now, and with charming buildings, little hotels, and beautiful parks, and the lake is one of the biggest in the region. There's gonna be a lot of water sports during the summer, and it's very quiet and just perfect to relax.
Im Grunewald ist Holzauktion, ist Holzauktion, ist Holzauktion.
Now it's time to say goodbye from Berlin, or to Berlin, and in the intercity train to Hamburg, actually the Intercity Express. This is gonna be the new main central station in Berlin, which is not completed. It has about seven different levels. The underground, the S-City train, and the freeway, everything is going under there and is accessible through that main station. One more stop before we're really leaving Berlin, Zoologischer Garten, before the train is gonna speed towards Hamburg. Hamburg is gonna be a big port city in Germany, the second largest in Germany, and it happens to be the birthplace of Peter Borowirk, one of those famous citizens in the city. And the train ride should be about 2.5 hours. It's roughly 300 kilometers, but the trains in Germany are rather speedy. Now the train is reducing its speed already, and we are reaching the outskirts of Hamburg. The train should arrive at the central station in just a few minutes' time. You can see already the spires. In Hamburg in the first days of August. It is very, very hot, but there is a lot of action in the city. They're saying now that Hamburg is one of the most visited cities in the German Federal Republic, and I believe it. It's very, very hard to make it through the streets, people everywhere. There is a lot of functions and there's a lot of events happening, especially this weekend. The famous City Hall of Hamburg. Die Kolonnaden. People sitting outside everywhere, they can't put a table. And obviously people enjoying themselves. The Arkaden. Always been restoration and places for coffee, cake and drinks in the afternoon. Jungfernstieg, the shopping paradise. The port of Hamburg always been the Tor zur Welt, that's the gateway to the world. And hundreds of thousands of people are on the go. The Hamburg Hafen always had a certain magic, a certain atmosphere. It's very hard to duplicate with these ships, the busy port, and it is absolutely great. There comes a high-speed ship from Helgoland. That's the only high-sea island Germany has. It takes by boat from Hamburg about 3.5 hours. And pleasure boats everywhere. Germany has one of the biggest shipyards in the world. Not only they're building ships, but also ships are being repaired. The Michel, one of Germany's landmarks. When you see the Michel, you're thinking of Hamburg. The Cap San Diego is one of those old freight ships. It's being a museum ship right now. And the lighthouse ships, which show the people on the ships the way, are obsolete now, but finding new life as restaurant ships. A replica of an old Mississippi steamer is stern wheeler. Baumwall, the marina in Baumwall with pleasure boats. And on the other side they're playing The Lion King, famous Broadway musical. It's now 9:30 and nobody wants to go home, it's still daylight. Perfect setting this time of the night. Still about 28 centigrade or 85 Fahrenheit. People drinking beer, and Schnaps, which is a German alcoholic beverage. Das ist die Deichstraße with the Hopfenmarkt. It's a place where my mother was born, Rosemarie Heidemann. Nikolaikirche. Once more the City Hall.
Es ist ja recht, na dann bleib ich hier treu sogar bis um 10. Hat mich schon der Wiederholung
Drinking and being married and married at 11 o'clock, 11:30 in the evening, before midnight. Nobody's thinking of going home. Restaurant ships, Lambertsbrücken, and sea in the distance, Luftbahnstieg. With their bar towers. This is the central station in Hamburg, Hamburg Hauptbahnhof. Beautiful view from my hotel room over the city. The spire of the bar tower of the Hauptbahnhof. Distance, the radio, television tower. Tony is greeting me in his Porsche and we are going now to take a little ride through the city.
Das war sehr nett von dir, diese...
Wird nicht so viel gekauft, jetzt haben sie ein Cabriolet davon gebaut. Für die jungen Mädchen. Ist ja nach die Taxen.
Hamburgs,
Ich glaube, das hat mit dem Gegenlicht zu kämpfen, ne?
Nee, ist nicht so schlimm.
Place where my parents lived.
Schön bewachsen, ne?
Straße, Posterbild.
Rechts. Ist okay, ist okay.
The building where my mother lived in, the upper floor, Rotenbaumchaussee 47, auf 7 Rotenbaumchaussee.
Und jetzt auf der linken Seite
Geht da. Das rote Backsteinhaus, das haben sie weggerissen. An der Ecke da. Siehst du das da?
Oh ja, jetzt weiß ich
Da war
ja.
ein Steakhaus in der Ecke drin.
Richtig, ja. Warum haben sie das abgerissen?
Ich denke, dahinter war dann wieder so ein Flachbau gewesen. Ich denke, die bauen dann ein richtiges großes. Entweder ein Kaufhaus hin oder ein richtiges hohes Wohnen.
Die Gaststätte hatten. Wie ist das?
Hohe Luftbrücke,
Kann sich an die noch
hohe
erinnern, diese Flachbauten?
Luftchaussee.
Hier war das Kino.
Das hat sich ja nun wirklich völlig verändert hier.
Jetzt war ich mal hier von oben die Wrangelstraße.
Eppendorfer Weg.
Das ist die
Kaufen wieder
Ja, da habe ich erst mal eine Woche Pause gemacht.
Na, wir haben die Gärtnerstraße.
Die Gärtnerstraße und jetzt fahren wir hier die Wrangelstraße links ab.
Wenn du nachher, du musst wir über den Eppendorfer Weg, ja.
Hier ist das Ding. Ja.
Aber da hast du völlig recht, die ist ziemlich baumlos, die Straße.
Siehst du, da hab ich doch recht.
Neisenaustraße, where we had a little apartment at once
Und dann die Wrangelstraße
upon
wieder
a
hoch.
time.
Die Generalstraße
Most
sind das
of the
hier.
time I lived alone in it.
Generalviertel. Heißt einfach wieder an das Haus ranbauen. Klar, das Eckhaus haben sie weggenommen.
Olaf Chaussee again from the other side.
Jetzt kommt hier die Wrangelstraße. Ja, weil
Ja?
die Asphalt hatte, ne?
Und ihr lebtet in 22, ja?
Ja.
Die Wrangelstraße.
Ist ja schön geworden, ne?
Wrangelstraße 22, where the Bürschneiders lived. On our way to Tony's house in Norderstedt, Quickborn. Their residence, a beautiful house.
In Hamburg schlägt der Puls der Welt. Durch City
The living room,
Bericht erstatten,
und
wie
den
nett ich hier
the
aufgenommen worden bin.
backyard, very nice big backyard
was mir
with a fish pond in the back.
so gefällt.
Really country, really beautiful.
Das will ich euch
Here comes Tony.
verraten. In Hamburg gibt's die Deutsche Bank, Parfümgeruch, Benzingestank, Import von Fischen und Kaffee, Bananen, Speicher, Tabak, Tee, Verlegerzentrum, Messestadt. Hier spricht man
Tranquility
Englischblatt
in
und
Pinneberg.
Message, das euch so gefällt. In Hamburg schlägt der Puls der Welt. Die Elbchaussee, der Jungfernstieg, Kunsthalle, Oper, die Fabrik, die Popmusik aus Liverpool und Dixieland, Jazz, hart und cool. In Bahrenfeld die Trabbahnrenner, Wermutsbrüder, Parkbankpenner, Kontrast, wohin das Auge fällt. In Hamburg schlägt der Puls der Welt. In Hamburg schlägt der Puls der Welt. Durch City
The neighborhood,
und den Hafen. Was mir an Hamburg so gefällt,
it's a bit in the center of Hamburg in
das will ich
Eimsbüttel,
euch
Burlup, Wrangelstraße
verraten.
22.
Insider-Kneipen-Galerie,
It's a place where Hamburg careers,
Schiffswerften, leuchtwirksame Fracht und
Position
Festlokale Tag und Nacht. Börsenclub,
the
St. Pauli,
early
Schläger,
50s.
Volksfest, Dom und Flugzeugträger, Davids Wache, Zirkuszelt. In Hamburg schlägt der Puls der Welt. In Pöseldorf wird gut gekocht, in Santa Fu wird eingelocht. Im Parlament
ist so
gibt's
die
zwei
hier, die
Debatten, Kritik und Beifall, Licht
Szenen.
und Schatten.
ist die Straße erklären.
Demonstrationen, Straßenfeste, Kultur zur Diskussion gestellt. In Hamburg schlägt der
These streets
Puls
were all
der
named
Welt.
after famous Sherman
In
House.
Hamburg schlägt der Puls
That's
der
why they
Welt.
call it the German streets. Eisenach, Brandenburg,
City
Moltke,
und den
so on.
Hafen.
This was my school where I spent my school years. Lingweg 14, 14 Lingweg,
Die Leute, die hier wohnen, wenn sie das richtig
die Hamburg,
verraten.
Isebig
Wer mal
Kanal.
Nacht geschlafen kann, den trifft man auf der Reeperbahn. Mit Clubs, Diskos, Konzertrufen, Tanzverkehr und Seemannschwufen, Schlägereien und Knochenbrüchen, Ehreszentner, Fischmarkten. Das ist eine Stadt, die mir gefällt. In
Subway
Hamburg
station,
schlägt der
working
Puls der Welt.
with
In
the neighborhood,
Hamburg
famous movie
schlägt der
house.
Puls der
We
Welt.
went as kids to see the movies, matinees in the afternoon. Captain Doggy on the set and relaxed a little. Memory
Da haben sie an diesem Bahnhof haben sie ja lange gearbeitet. Und da haben sie festgestellt, als sie den saniert haben, also die haben ja die ganzen Sandstein, also diese Quadern, die wurden ja mit diesem Druck
Sandstrahlen.
Sandstrahlen abgespritzt. Und das ist ja eine
when he boarded his yacht in Holland.
Ich bin ein Fan von dieser Stadt,
Die Nummernbrücke, den kannst du schön haben.
weil
Back towards the Central Station in Hamburg.
das ist der klassische
Lambertsbrück.
Anblick.
The spires. Famous German churches.
bitte um Ihre Aufmerksamkeit. Herr Peter Borowiak.
To leave for the Rhineland, boarding the intercity train again. Is the town or the part of Bonn where Renate and Johann lives. Been there times before. The beautiful view, the Siebengebirge, or the Seven Mountains, which are very famous in Germany, with the Drachenfels. Car ferry going across the river from Königswinter to Bad Godesberg. This year the Rhine River has very little water due to the hot summer and very little rainfall. Königswinter is a little idyllic town just at the foot of the Drachenfels, famous mountain where Siegfried fought the dragon and the dragon met his demise, and the blood of the dragon covered Siegfried, so he was invincible. The residence of Johann and Renate, Mühlenfahrt 6. Now we are on our way to the Rolandsbogen, which is about a 45-minute walk with a very steep ascent. On this hot day, not an easy feat. Temperature is still about 35 degrees centigrade or 95 Fahrenheit with a high humidity. But we made it. We are now in the restaurant at the Rolandsbogen and enjoy the refreshment and ice cream and relaxing our tired bodies.
Filmst jetzt, oder wie?
Rolandsbogen.
Ende Juni.
Drachenfels.
In der Deutschen Staatsoper und in den Händen. So eine komische Inszenierung. Diese Oper dramatisch, der Oper-Serie. Aber das war dann nachher zu viel. Das war so
Petersberg, the famous hotel. This Weinhäuschen at the bank of the Rhine. We can enjoy reasonably a bottle of wine and having a snack. Now downtown Bonn. Bonn is a beautiful place, beautiful little town, the birthplace of Beethoven. post office, the central post office in Bonn, and here we do have a statue of Beethoven, the famous German composer. It still shows its medieval character, Bonn. And it's a middle-sized city. It's not too big, not too small, but enough light and a lot of things to do. It's an outside. There's boulevard cafes. Beautiful ways to walk. Now I'm ascending to the Drachenfels. Drachenfels is about 450 meters. Drachenburg. 2/3 up to the peak. The ruin of the castle on top, looking southbound down the river. The tram is going for those people, taking you up to the peak if you don't want to walk. Bonn, that used to be the former government building. Along the banks, passing Bad Godesberg, Melem, upstream towards Koblenz. The Rhine River is one of the nature streams in Europe and the world. It's about 800 miles long. It starts in Switzerland, empties into the Lake Constance, making its way down Germany, along Mainz, Hildesheim, Koblenz, Bonn, and then it flows through the Netherlands, and finally ends its journey at the delta where it meets the North Sea. Trains are running on both sides of the river.
Die Reste der ehemaligen Dorfbrücke. Hier überquerten am 7. März 1945
Remagen, where the famous bridge of Remagen once stood and now became a monument, a war monument. When the Americans advanced into Germany, they had to cross the river, the Rhine River, and was a major obstacle. They never rebuilt the bridge, but it's a monument to the insanity of war. Castles everywhere.
have been well preserved.
die Weinregions, der Rheinwein, der Rieslings.
Andernach is often called the apprentice speakers town, because in one of the town gates there is a memorial to a group of apprentice speakers who, according to legend, saved the town from an enemy attack.
Here we're reaching the town of Andernach. The captain who navigates the riverboat. The bar on board serves beer and all kinds of refreshments and wine.
Sehr verehrte Fahrgäste, heute reisen wir unsere Anlegestation Koblenz. Station Koblenz.
Now we are reaching Koblenz, das Deutsche Eck. It's where the Mosel and the Rhine meet. The Mosel is another river which has great importance as far as wine growing regions, and the Mosel begins its life in France and making its way through Germany into the Rhine River. Kaiser Wilhelm I. Now we are at the lock to get into the Mosel. Now we are going upstream, up the Mosel. A lovely river, very calm, tranquility. There's a lot of camping, water sports, and of course the ever-present wine producing mountains. The boat is gonna stop in Winningen, a small Winzer town at the bank of the Mosel, before we start our journey back to Bonn. This is a long ride, each way takes about 7 hours. And before we are back, we are real sailors, even though they're only river boat sailors. Now we're on our return trip. We are just about reaching the city of Koblenz again, with its spires. In the distance we see our friend the Drachenfels again. That means we're nearing the journey's end. Cologne, the Cologne Cathedral. It's to believe one of the largest Catholic churches in the world. The building is enormous. When you're inside, it is unbelievable how mankind can construct something that big. Well, it was under construction for close to 800 years. It's been visited by people from around the world. And everybody marvels at the greatness of this building. Downtown Cologne, with its shopping galleries and churches. Temperature is still very high every day, about 36 to 38 degrees. They're always building and repairing the spires. There's always something to do on this big structure. Now I'm relaxing in the afternoon in Cafe Reichert, which is at the foot of the cathedral, and marvel once more at that enormous, really enormous cathedral. This is the Restaurant Früh, one of Cologne's landmarks, where you can drink the Kölsch, which is a special beer. It's only brewed in Cologne, and people taking that by the millions of gallons. Now going to visit the city of Düsseldorf. Düsseldorf is a wonderful city, very, very nice, rich on historical buildings, and a very lively city. It is the fashion capital of Germany. This chateau is built in the French style. It's modeled after Versailles. The beautiful park around it. An artist family.
Man nennt ja sowas ja auch grüne Lunge in einer Stadt, ne?
Downtown Düsseldorf. Oder die Königsallee, that's a city in Düsseldorf. With department stores and boutiques and specialty shops. outside everybody drinks Düsseldorf Alt, which is another famous regional beer just brewed in Düsseldorf.
Das ist tough. Wenn eine Tafel, wo Biere an die Wand stehen, die Tafel ist aber weg. Gehen wir mal ein Bierchen oder gehen wir mal da hinten hin? Da ist normalerweise noch ein Schiff, was das unten alleine macht.
Stay out late at night again for nightcap before they go home. Inside of a brewery. Restaurant also, just like in Berlin. The bank of the Rhine River at night. A beautiful evening again. People in Germany seem to have such a lust for life. They never stop. Doesn't matter what time of the day or night. The Düsseldorf television tower.
Wenn du nach Berlin gehst, dann wirst du bei mir schlafen. Ich habe eine Wohnung. Da bleibt die.
And the Rhine. Of the time.
Team des Hannover Fahrt. Informationen zum Fahrplan sowie unsere Verkehrshandel in dem Fall Ihr Reiseplan durch an den Künstler ausliegt. Wer weiter Auskünfte mit der ersten und der zweiten Mannschaft können Sie unter Bord
Now it's goodbye and it's going back to Berlin. As vacation comes to an end. And it's goodbye to Germany, all its treasures and good times. The train is speeding back towards Berlin and I should arrive there in a very few hours. The distance from Cologne to Berlin is approximately 450 miles. Travel time is about 4 hours.